Awesome. That was Lord. And now we have the wonderful quiz coming up. Well, interactive sort of thing. That's really cool. And information for you guys to feed on when you go to the supermarket. So we've got our awesome stuff here, so you can kind of hear it. It's really exciting. My bag of goodies. Alrighty, so basically I'm going to start by basically bringing out all this amazing plastic that we have. There may be a little bit of paper in there too, and a coffee cup as well. So I basically rummaged through about 2 or 3 of my friends' bins this week. It was pretty disgusting, so that's actually another reminder. Wash your recycling, people. It's not fair on the workers. It's not fair on me. And also it keeps your bins clean as well, and it keeps all those gross little insects out and all the flies away. Yeah, so it's a win-win situation. But also, most important of all, if it is dirty, you wouldn't be recycling it at all. It'll just get dumped. And basically, you might as well just buy all those black bags and put them in there and save us all that mess. Yeah. So we come here today and we've got this amazing, awesome grade 5 choc mint dairy dessert. I found this in my friend's bin. It was amazing. And I was like, oh my gosh, this exists. So we got this. Oh, the camera can just see because we're actually going to be filming this. So you guys check out the YouthZone app and look up Project Rioteer on there. And there's a wonderful video that's highlighting all the stuff. So we kind of got this. We got that on a shot. It was awesome. So we got Pam's choc mint. And so this is grade 5. So essentially, you guys at Packet, you guys recycle this stuff there. We take in grade 5.
Yes, we do.
Awesome. So this stuff is really cool. It's a really amazing plastic. I actually like this plastic. It's often quite used, I guess, for our lunch boxes and our drink bottles, isn't it?
Yes. Well, not so much drink bottles, but definitely for your Sistema, your little clip seal packaging. But that, ultimately what you could do with that is either wash it, put it in the recycling, or you can use it to keep your lunch.
Definitely.
Bring it back, put your dinner in it. You can freeze it, bring it back out again, microwave it. It's all microwavable safe. So
awesome.
Yeah, you can use it multiple times at home. My mum's got a massive pantry full of old ice cream containers that she gives me food to take home.
When I think about it, my nana and also my aunties and stuff, they use a lot of the ice cream containers for that as well.
Perfect.
Yeah. So our students, we're on a low budget. Instead of going to the supermarket and buying those $3 containers, we've got them right at our fingertips, when we buy ice cream, because we love our ice cream, but we don't like spending money on healthy food. We've got these right here. Awesome. So that's the first one. The next one is, I thought would be really interesting, as I might start off with you guys' one that you guys actually created this one.
We made that one.
Yeah, so that's our Pam's baking soda, and then you also can buy, I guess, these in like the cocoa,
custard, baking soda, and baking powder as well.
So it's sort of like the real cool standard stuff. So it comes with the lid as well, and the lid's the same material, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So that lid is in there somewhere. We'll bring that. I'll keep that all together, which is awesome. So that's our next one, and these again also can be used and reused as well.
Yes, they can.
Still microwavable and everything. Oh, it also has your logo on it.
It has our logo on it, yes.
That is awesome.
So I've been making that one for years, but yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. See, I didn't even realise that. And the next one is our common bottle that all of us have in our house, which is our Coke bottle. I think we definitely understand that one. So this one's a different one. This is not grade 5.
No.
So it is our PET, so PET.
Yep.
So that's grade 1.
Yep.
So that one's actually one of the common ones, isn't it?
Yes, and that's a valuable resource, and that needs to end up in their recycling bins. So it's still got a good export market for grade 1.
Awesome. So commonly with grade 1, so that's probably the most profitable one.
Grade 1's the most profitable, then it goes grade 2, and then polypropylene number 5. So
awesome.
But what people need to realise is you need to leave the caps on the top, because when it goes through the machinery, it'll end up getting flattened, and the machine gets confused between that and cardboard. So put the lid on it, and put it on tight so it doesn't get crushed. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Guys.
So it goes like that. And
so with the I'm just going to briefly go in there with this. So our caps, so they should be matching all the time with all the bottles. Oh, wow. So they because I usually take them off and I put them in the bin. So awesome.
Yeah, no, you keep the caps on there, keeps the bottles in an inflated in a round shape. And at the other end, where these packages go, they the machinery can sort out that plastic, the cap from the actual bottle.
Awesome. What about the wrapper as well? Going back to this wrapper here, do we take that off?
No, you can leave that on.
Awesome.
Yeah, the machinery sorts that out.
Perfect. And so this one's a little bit different now, so I'm just going to shake it up. This is actually from my bin. So this is my wonderful Frankie's pet food box. I know that looking at the front of it, it's kind of got this kind of like stuff on it, different to plastic, but I know that it's commonly mixed with our plastic in our bins. It's really shiny. Is that recyclable?
Just pass it here. Let's have a closer inspection. Yeah, so this can be recycled. That's okay. What happens is they put this through a pulping process where they essentially wash it down, and they have to put it through a chemical wash to get the inks and get this laminate off.
Oh, wow.
It's not an easy process, but it is recyclable, okay? If that was sometimes you get one with a plastic liner over it on both sides to stop moisture transfer. Those are not recyclable.
Wow.
No.
So
that one's good.
I don't think I actually have an example with the plastic on both sides, so that's actually really interesting.
I'll tell you probably Ben and Jerry's ice cream, those puddles there, yeah. So if you have a look at those, if you once you've finished eating it, really tasty ice cream. But just peel off. You can peel off 2 layers, one on the inside, one on the outside.
Wow.
Just have a look, and that's plastic on both sides. So multiple materials in one pack. It's not ideal. You need to stick to they call it mono material. So mono material, good.
Wow. And then of course we've got the other thing on this. So this is also I would say grade 5 as well.
Yep,
awesome. Still the same. It's joining. It's free over there. And then again we're going back to grade 5 again. So this is wonderful stuff. It's my friend got Chinese food in it, which is amazing. Oh my gosh, I want some right now. But this is grade 5 as well. So that'll be perfect, pretty much.
Yep, nice and clean. With our recycle it scheme at the moment, we're getting, I would say, probably 99% of what we're getting back. 99% of the grade 5 is clean, spotless, really good. There's a few people that put their puddles in there and they've got pesto or they've got ice cream still in there. It just stinks. Just remember that it's all got to be clean. Even the council bins, it needs to be clean, washed and dried. Yeah.
And the next one is also a common. Everybody loves coffee. So we've got a paper cup. It doesn't say anything about recycle on it because I know that I've cleaned it. So it's all clean in here because I wouldn't bring it in if it was all full of grossness. And I've also got the thing on top as well, which is grade 6, which is polystyrene. Yay! That gross stuff. Polystyrene is a very gross sort of plastic, isn't it? Because it can leach, can't it?
Yeah, it's definitely not one that. They use it lots in food applications. I'm not going to say it's not food safe, but you can't microwave it. It's not suitable for freezing. It's got a very limited. It's a very limited material. I guess the only good thing about it is it's insanely cheap, so that's why people use it. Well, that's why manufacturers use it. Mostly overseas manufacturers as well, not so much in New Zealand.
Wow. So insanely cheap polystyrene, people. Oh. And of course our paper, coffee cups, they're not recyclable even if they're washed, are they?
Let's have a look, because some of them are. Okay.
Because it's like really nice paper, those McDonald's ones.
I'd like to think that would be recyclable, although just looking at the bottom there, I feel that is got some plastic on there. In fact, I would say that the inside of that has a plastic lining.
Wow, guys, it has a plastic lining.
If you just give me a second, I'll see if I can dissect it while you look through the rest of it. Okay?
And the next one is also our Kiwis love their biscuits. We just absolutely love them. This stuff is quite, I'm kind of torn because I know that I can't ask my friends. I'm like, does that feel like soft plastic to you guys? Because it does. But also, it's grade 1. So would that?
So funny one that if it's really flimsy grade 1, can't be recycled.
Wow.
It's just too thin to be processed. So, you're going to blow people's minds. And this is what they're trying to do, is they're trying to narrow down the packaging so there's not so many different variations. So, I was told 2 weeks ago that they cannot recycle the ultra-thin packaging such as that.
Wow. So even if we had like soft plastic sort of recycling for that in terms of the grade 1, we even wouldn't be able to do that. No. Oh my gosh. So that's bin.
This definitely does have a plastic liner in it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just trying to separate it. It's a very well made piece of packaging. So
wow.
And I guess it makes sense because you're putting liquid in it. If it was just raw cardboard, it would leak. So so in this case, yes, it would be ultimately chucked out in the rubbish.
Wow. So I learned. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I never really thought of plastic film in cups.
Yeah, well.
At all.
Yeah, you think about. I mean, it's just paper, isn't it?
Yeah.
You put paper in the puddle, it's just
and
going
if
to
it's
go
hot,
soggy.
as
I know
well,
exactly.
yeah.
It's like the worst conditions for cardboard. You just don't. Yeah, so that's definitely. The outside's definitely not. It's got no linering on it, but the inside definitely does. You can feel how slippery it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bottom. There's a key indicator.
Wow. That is crazy. So our next one is we love our sour cream, guys, on our chips or on our nachos. So making you guys hungry. Friday night dinner ideas. So this is grade 6 as well. So that's again cheap polystyrene. And again, would that be recyclable?
No, it gets put into the commingle bale, and at the moment they can't sell commingle bale, so it doesn't get recycled.
Wow.
It goes to landfill.
Does that also count for our yogurts as well?
Some of them yes, some of them no. You've really got to look very closely to see what is and what isn't. So this is what the Plastics New Zealand and the industry in New Zealand is trying to push for now, is making it out of one grade of material. And there's no reason why people couldn't make that out of polypropylene number 5. So it's just I guess it's just they've always done it like that and they haven't changed. So
sheesh. So that kind of leads me to the next one again as well, which I think is in here. Or did I put it? I don't think I put it in here. Oh no, because I was looking forward to that one. The next one is this is interesting. So this doesn't have anything on there, and I found this in the bin. So we've got like headphones wrapped in the plastic sort of thing. It looks pretty good. It feels like plastic. Of course, it's plastic, but that's not recyclable.
You need to know what it is to recycle it.
Yeah.
And if it's at the processing plant and they can't identify it, it goes to rubbish. It's just landfill. So
nice.
That's a big thing that they're trying to push, is to make recycling numbers mandatory, to make them big and identifiable, and also to come up with another system other than just putting a recycling number on everything, because even the non-recyclables have a recycling number on it.
Wow.
So then they're going to come up with a standard. I don't know what time frame that's going to be, but it's happening.
I hope it's soon.
It's happening. Yeah, it's definitely happening.
Just by seeing that. And again, these little beautiful things, that's off my soy milk at home, almond milk and all that. So again, since that's not on a thing, that wouldn't be recyclable either, wouldn't it?
We'll just pass it here. I mean, if it's got a recycling number.
I think it's grade 2.
Grade 2. Yes, I mean, HDPE. Yeah, so you can recycle it, there's no problem.
Awesome. So would it be too small, or no? Be good.
No, it goes through the system. So
perfect, guys.
whether or not Dunedin, I know speaking from Dunedin facility, whether they can process it's another story. But
definitely
grade 2, it's identifiable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely put it in there. Don't check it out.
Awesome. Cool. So we got the next one, which is grade 3. So this is I think this was actually for a cake or something, but it kind of took my mind because I haven't seen a grade 3 much. So grade 3, what is that?
PVC.
Oh.
So that's another one. It's sort of like polystyrene. It's one that we really want to stop using for food packaging or for any sort of packaging really. It's just a low value material which has no market.
Wow. So pretty much bin in the end of the day.
It is. I mean, it's sad. Yeah, it's just a sad state of affairs.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. See, oh my gosh, I'm like just realizing there's so much stuff that's already gone into the bin, and that was in the recycling bin, guys. Quite concerning, I find.
Yeah.
And that's just out of 3 bins. Yeah. Oh, just on the surface, because I mean, you couldn't see actually climbing into a whole bin.
That'd be a mess.
Awesome. So we've got our next one, which of course we have a lot of meat lovers in our community. So this is our meat tray. And that's grade 1. Again, I noticed there's something really weird in the bottom here, which is I can't remember because I think I've got one of these before. I think this might have came from my bin. But it came with this thing in the middle, like where it kind of takes up all the blood for the meat and stuff. And it was glued. It was glued on there, which is a bit gross. Yeah, so would that still be recyclable, or would I have to take all that glue off?
I know they've got a company called Flight Plastics up in Wellington, which has got some really amazing gear that processes grade 1 PET. So, I mean, I would still recycle that, and I think their machinery would be able to handle that. Okay. But you've got to watch. Some meat trays actually have 2 layers. They've got the PET layer, and then they've got an oxygen barrier layer, which isn't recyclable.
Oh, so I had one of those things, and I was going to bring one of them, but I thought I've got one meat tray in the bag, so I didn't bring it. So you guys, I think the ones that I get from is the pack and save ones. They're a really good example. Which and I think also from my local Fresh Choice when I go down there, they have those there as well, guys. I think Countdown has the ones that are like these. They're like pretty hardcore, one plastic sort of thing, whereas those ones again are 2 different materials. 2 different
materials. We've got to get away from that. I mean, people need to push back and just say this isn't acceptable. I mean, they've got their reasons why they're using it, but I mean, at the end of the day, we need to look for other options, don't we?
Definitely. Wow. So that's another thing I learned. Awesome. So we kind of just got like one thing left really, which is quite simple, which is a lot of people throw these out, which I can definitely say. You get them in the mailbox, and it's just, you just don't read them. So these are quite covered in gross stuff. To me, I think I already know the answer to this one, but is that recyclable at all?
I'm not a paperboard connoisseur, but I would say not. But what happens is it does get mixed up into it goes in the paperboard and it heads off overseas. So I know that the markets for that now, the value's dropped dramatically for recycled materials, for the cardboard, and the market for that's ending up a bit like the mixed plastics, where it's got no avenue, no market. No one wants to buy it. And that's only just a recently developing thing over the last month. So it's going to be an interesting spot to see what happens there with our cardboards. So
people are not really into the recycled cardboard sort of thing for cardboard packaging now as much. They would rather get the virgin paper in that.
Sorry, say again?
So they're basically just fresh paper straight out from the thing.
Yeah, well, I think there's an oversupply of cardboard at the moment, and of recycled cardboards, and what's happening is and people aren't uptaking the recycled materials to make recycled packaging again. They're using the virgin material, so it's just dropping the price. It's not worth anything. So, local councils, government, they can't sell it.
Wow, that's the end of my bag. But I think we've definitely got a lot to think about on those ones. And definitely, I guess we'll just quickly recap the stuff that's on the ground as well, which would be something that is quite interesting to tell your friends. So we're just going to pack all this up quickly. And I'm going to just disappear from the mic a little bit, guys. You can kind of hear, which is quite funny. I'm back. Yay, so we kind of got all these wonderful gross things that is everyday items. So we kind of got a little theme, I guess, emerging here as stuff that comes from either like Kmart or the warehouse or Not Lemmings, I don't know, like Fresh Technology, and all those things that cost like $2. And it's about kind of like looking at, I guess, those pens being put in this, or earphones being put in this. And I think when I was at a conference a while back, I think it was called Waste Jam, a lot of people said that ask where your packaging is coming from. So like ask those places, because I know that Not Lemmings or other places and that they do have become reasonably more aware about that. You just will have to check it out, guys. But also around that is just making sure around that, and also asking, because they might have recycling facilities again, or they might reuse it, which is actually a win-win as well. The next one, of course, is our biscuit trays. not recyclable at the end of the day. Too thin.
Yeah, she's too thin.
And also grade 3, just junk, really.
PVC, yeah. And I'm surprised there's not much PVC out in the marketplace. So you to see that, I'm well done.
Wow.
I haven't seen one before come through our recycling scheme.
Wow. And also last but not least is our sour cream bottle. And some yogurt ones as well.
Yeah, you'll find like the majority of the yogurt, the single serve yogurts, will be in the polystyrene. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And also like with the sticker as well, because I know that a lot of that stuff's on some of that plastic. That what shouldn't usually hinder some of the stuff.
It doesn't hinder the recycling process. So I know for the fact that the polypropylene, when it gets processed and recycled, it goes through a wash process.
Okay.
So it gets chipped, washed in the cardboards. Any labelling just sort of comes off. So, yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, so that kind of concludes the end of that slightly interesting but slightly surprising sort of quiz thing. So I'd like to really thank you for that.
That's okay.
And I reckon we'll have a quick break and we will go and ask a few questions around Packet and how much you guys are doing per week and how much does it look like inside your factory, like what goes in and everything. Sorry, it'll be quite exciting. Awesome. We'll catch you guys soon.